It's important to say that the film is not really about the boogie monster. It's like fear, this new kind of fear that is brought by the media. Well, like the whole goal of the film was to talk about that thing, this thing that is happening in Brazil, in the US, in Italy, all over the world, really. And we wanted to talk about that to kids because, you know, sometimes we adults and parents find it difficult to talk to kids about difficult stuff, but they of course, the kids feel it. They know that there's something going on, and if we let them grow in the middle of this culture of fear that we have created, and if they think this is normal, the world is going to be even worse in the future because they are the future of the world, you know.
Well, this is my fear, is that we're seeing kids influenced by, you know, the president's tweets. You know, I just to see that kids have become, you know, they've become so influenced. When the president is an influence, the head of our nation is sort of the
example.
And it's an example, should be an example, positive examples, because I really do believe that the millennials, or actually they're not even millennials, aren't they the new generation pre-millennials?
Do they have a term for that yet?
They do have a term for it. The term escapes me, but it's amazing to see how politically involved that they are. Can an animated film have influence on kids and their ideas?
Well, that's why I made a movie.
So yes, again.
Yes, of course, yes. I agree with you. They can be influenced by media, but if we adults talk to them, I think they have more to teach us about how to overcome this whole fear thing than the other way around. I truly believe that.
I agree with you. I completely believe that too, because I think when you're, quote, younger, you don't know what you can't do, right? It's almost like having a shield, right? And I think fear, it's just unfortunate to see fear running our politics these days and being
and
so
making us have so many rational choices. Like it's just like, because most of the fear that is around is just imaginary, really. Yeah. Of course, there are facts that base, you know, you can base your fear on facts, but the way the media is playing it and has been playing it for a few years, they are feeding so much fear.
It's a way to control people.
Yeah, it's true, but I don't necessarily think that it is just manipulation. I think like the traditional media, even the new media, they don't really, they have to sell, and this stuff sells. I think it's as simple as that. Of course, there is manipulation too, and even if there is no manipulation on the side of the media, there are people who take advantage of these situations, such as Trump and such as the guy in Brazil, Bolsonaro, and they know how to steer it towards very specific goals. And these goals are just so contradictory. I mean, they contradict even the things that people that people who are voting for them believe. You know, families were torn apart because, you know, why are you voting for him? You don't believe in the stuff that he actually is going to do, you know? And no, it's because you need a strong hand to face all these fears. But what fear? What is happening to you, really? You know? And I think that's how the kids can really help us, because they ask like such candid questions, and sometimes these questions can make us think a lot about our lives and how much the things that we fear are actually true.